Yo, Big Catch back up in here. Fantastic Hip Hop just figured out some information. And we about to react to it. There's a lot of news going on. I'm trying to keep up with it, y'all. Trying to give it to y'all as fast as I can. And we gonna react to this right here. The title reads, Why Kendrick is about to destroy Drake again for what he just did. What did he just do? He's doing a lot of things behind closed doors. We about to get into it. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, when we look at what's about to happen in the entire landscape of hip-hop and all of music, after all the speculation and hype, we are officially here, and what I am talking about is going to end up being one of the most dominant months we have ever seen from an artist ever.
I heard Tyler, the creator, was going to be there. I heard Kendrick got a new interview coming out. A real one, not none of that magazine stuff. Got some real stuff going on. Hold on.
Because after everything he has already done, Kendrick Lamar is now getting ready after winning rap's biggest beef and dropping one of the best albums the genre has seen in years with GNX. To just solidify and move up the ladder of not just the best rappers, but the greatest musicians of all time. And even for that certain side of hip-hop who is now trying to take down Kendrick Lamar's name once again in a last effort attempt to just stop all of this from happening. At this point, no matter what narratives they try to funnel and connect Kendrick to as a whole, there is nothing they can do to stop K-Dot from holding the crown. And while we have already seen that this...
Y'all just seen that information that just came out with TDE. Now, the face of TDE, whether we like it or not, the face of TDE, the face is Dot. We know that Dot done left TDE. He's PG Lane now. But to the regular person, TDE, they associate TDE with K-Dot. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. So anything come out there, we got to cast it down. Let's get it.
Stakes are about as high as they can be for everything that's coming. What we are now seeing is that from Kendrick Lamar being expected to give his first real interview right before the Super Bowl, and with claims that are circulating directly from people who work with Kendrick and his label like Absol. An experience even more surreal than anything Kendrick has given us so far is coming, and what this is all going to culminate into is not just going to be one of the greatest performances in music history with the Super Bowl, because that's how high the stakes are at this point, but also as Kendrick is a man of the moment. The release of new music is coming as well, and it's looking like we are about to get an entire album's worth of new material. But now, before we go any further into about what is exactly about to come from Kendrick, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with Kendrick Lamar, what we are about to see this month is a moment in time that even bigger than his back and forth with Drake and the release of GNX, which of course we saw how big those were, so this is saying a lot, is going to put him and hip-hop for that matter on display like we have never seen before. And now with every time we see Kendrick Lamar this month, no matter how certain people are trying to stop this and ruin such a pivotal time for all of hip-hop, which we will get into that later, the stakes are only going to get increasingly higher, as from the Grammys to his pre-Super Bowl interview to the halftime show and then to whatever he has planned for after that. Really, with the way all of these events are lining up, Kendrick has put himself in the perfect position to not just be more dominant than any other rapper has ever been, but in the grand scheme of it all, he's about to have one of the most legendary and iconic chapters of a career that we have seen from an artist, period, in decades. And now with all of these perfectly planned and aligned moments ready to create something that no other rapper has ever been able to come close to, all of this is going to create hype that in this era where music has been more disposable, it's just going to amplify the presence and power of an artist in a way that we hardly ever see today. And now with all of these moments lined up and based on all of the clues Kendrick Lamar has left within his lyrics, and just with the concept of duality throughout all of GNX, what it looks like we are going to be getting is going to be another side of presumably 12 tracks to GNX, which ultimately with all the hype Kendrick gets from the Super Bowl, the physical copies of the record shipping out, and possibly a whole other side of this album dropping, which who knows what that will exactly entail. With all of this together, Kendrick Lamar really has a chance to become one of the only rappers within a single week to ever move 1 million copies within this period. And now before we can look at where this is all going to go when everything comes into place, and why before what is going to be one of the most important stretches in hip-hop history we have ever seen, why some people are so desperate to stop it, we really need to look at where this is all going to start, which is with no other event than the Grammys, and really with this entire award show this year. The theme around the industry is looking like it is going to be all about putting stars in place to showcase who is going to run respective corners and genres of music going forward, as whether it's in the pop lane with all the new stars being nominated there, or even in hip-hop with someone like Doechii. This year's Grammys have been set up to introduce a lot of names to
Doechii been putting in that work. Shout out to Doechii, man. She is a hard worker, very skilled.
The world, or in general, just elevate other superstars to a level that we have never seen in terms of having their work be received by casual audiences. And with Kendrick Lamar, with all the nominations Not Like Us has, which is really giving the record the chance to become the first rap song to win Song of the Year since Andre 3000 of Outkast's Hey Ya, which in of itself is the only rap song to ever win this award as well. Kendrick Lamar has a chance to once again amplify hip-hop and everything he is doing to a level that most rappers just never have been able to break through. And now, in order to put into perspective just how historic I think these upcoming Grammys are going to be and interact with the award show within a manner that fans like me and you couldn't before, today's video is powered by Kalshi, the first and only prediction market that lets you interact with real-world events like the 67th Grammy Award. I am locking everything I believe in here right on Kalshi, and when it comes to Kendrick, Gus is taking this.
Oh, this is a little betting joint. If y'all want to bet, y'all can go do that. I don't be messing. I just invest in the stocks. I don't mess around with. Y'all see it.
He'll be walking away with multiple trophies from, I am sure. This is going to put his face within a place where it won't just add more hype to the Super Bowl, but in this time where Kendrick has won over the entire industry and is now leading rap forward both as an art form and as a business, this is going to be the perfect chance for him to reintroduce what hip-hop looks like to a wider audience in 2025, and from here, with this interview he will be giving before the Super Bowl, which will be his first interview not with an artist or someone from his team like we saw when he was speaking to SZA, I am sure we are going to be getting a lot of interesting insight into where Kendrick has been at this entire time, and really this will be the first time he is speaking since dropping like that almost a year ago directly, so this is just going to be such a pivotal moment. And I mean, if just with an interview Kendrick can create hype like this is really going to be something special, and of course following this up, we will be at the Super Bowl. And now when it comes to this specific performance and everything that may happen, it does need its own dedicated video because there is really so much going into this, so be sure to leave a like and subscribe to stick around and see that. What's 100% for certain is that this moment is gonna give Kendrick a boost like we have never seen, which we obviously all know just from seeing the viewership numbers of the Super Bowl every year, but now knowing Kendrick and the type of person he is, it's not far off to say that Kendrick may be the greatest moment maker in all of the music industry, and what this means is that just like when he was a part of any major event, whether it's a feature or another performance in the past, Kendrick more than knows how to make a moment last forever and lead into something even greater than we could have ever thought. And with the Super Bowl, considering where Kendrick is at with the industry and where he is as an artist, this will be the moment that sends everything to a whole other level and cements the fact that a new chapter is here, not just in his career but in all of rap music. And I mean, from the original GNX snippet Kendrick teased but never released to all of these other small hints.
I wanted to hear the full song so bad. That little snippet, that joint is fire, man. Fire. How you start going in towards the end of it.
That we have seen in his lyrics. It is obvious in a way that there is way more on the table for Kendrick Lamar in this chapter, and I think we are going to find out after this performance and when Kendrick has never had more eyes on him. And while beyond the snippet we heard, I don't even want to try and guess what Kendrick actually has coming musically, because just when we think he is going to go in one direction, he goes in the absolute other. I'd imagine that because GNX is an album that celebrated West Coast hip-hop at its roots, whatever he is releasing next is going to build on this and do something much more high ceiling and concept, which will fit the stakes of the moment he will be in, and again with all of this, which really will give Kendrick a chance to shut down everything with how much noise and hype is going to be centered around his name. I think while Kendrick doesn't do things for numbers, he very well can and is embracing the fact that in this era where records are doing less overall than ever just because of the nature of the industry in general, that he can move over 1 million copies of this thing in a week, because really between the physical copies, which there has to be at least 250,000 CDs, vinyls, and cassettes that are ready to ship out, but in actuality there is probably more, to the streaming boost from playing at the Super Bowl, which will only make the strong numbers GNX doing even stronger, because the record is still topping the charts, especially with hits like Luther, TV Off, and Squabble Up gaining more momentum as we speak. And now with the new music he will be adding, which is going to probably make an even bigger debut than the standard version of GNX did, and who knows if Kendrick will put Not Like Us on this new record, which will then only bring everything up all together. Would we just piece all of these factors together, and just even if half of them became true? Overall, while it's hard to see where Kendrick Lamar is exactly going with all of this, what's clear is that the throne he sits on is about to become a lot more exclusive, and from the Grammys, which will start things off, to every moment we will see following, more and more Kendrick Lamar is going to prove why he is not just the best person to lead rap forward right now, but why he is one of the best leaders hip-hop has ever had in its 50-plus year history. And really, when Kendrick does all of this, he won't just
Definitely one of the best leaders, because yo, I didn't see no rappers talking about their life and, personal health and how to get right and leading a great example to these young children out here, to the teenagers. You know what I'm saying? All I see is promoting a unhealthy lifestyle. We don't need that. And this is why he's a great leader for those that don't understand.
prove himself more than ever that he is the best rapper of this generation, because at this point I think that conversation is already over, as his case for being the top guy is already undisputed. But now even compared to the greatest legends that rap has ever seen across its 50-plus year history, no matter how you view hip-hop, you will have to include Kendrick in the very highest of GOAT conversations, because from every single standpoint possible that defines not just a great rapper but the very best, Kendrick is now just moving on the highest level we have ever seen. And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think Kendrick has coming this month? What do you think is about to happen next? And what are your predictions for the Grammys as a whole? Now I can't wait to hear what you have to say, and if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now if you want to see how just as Kendrick Lamar is getting ready for his best run ever, Drake is losing.
I think Kendrick just might do a nice performance at the Grammys. He gonna collect that little trophy. He gonna collect that trophy, not little trophy, but big trophy. You know what I'm saying? You're going to do a performance, nice speech. Hold up, the Grammys tomorrow? Sunday? What's that? Yeah, I think the Grammys tomorrow. Is it? I don't know. Let me look it up. I got to look it up. I might be tripping. But yeah, it's good, man. Like I keep saying every video, we in for something good. We in for something good. Good. But yeah, the link is in the description if you want to go subscribe to the other channel, Big Kish News. Yeah, man, if you want to donate to the channel, Cash App right here. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the video. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.